Indeed, indeed, Study. Hi. I don't know why I had a feeling you would be like right on time today, not catching up the. No, you didn't. I mean, on my side, you didn't. Vision is right before you. I mean, I think you basically sent the message at the same time, so it could appear that you did it on your side. I am half a minute earlier. Yes, that is true. I changed something on the stream deck just to make sure it worked, and I pressed the button. So shit happens, right? I thought I would be on time, but no, I was early. I'm sorry. You get 30 seconds more of me. Alright, I'll end 30 seconds before 4:20. Alright. No, I don't know. I don't think we can do 4:20 today. To be honest, I am the most tired I've been in this week. Yeah. I might die on stream. I don't know. It could happen. Yeah, no, we have some weird ass news. Not exactly. I wish I could have. I wish I took a 2-hour nap today, because I could have, first of all, and I didn't. But I wish I had. Dang. There is some light. Sorry for anyone who just is living in the dark. There is a tad bit of light. Oh my god. Yeah, seems like this is working kind of fine. I changed a bit of the dark mode today, so I added a bit more saturation, as we talked about at the beginning of the week or last week, I forgot. So it's more vibrant, like extremely vibrant compared to last week. But still, I still like the light mode better, just because the background is cleaner, and the bottom, the dock, is way cleaner, to be honest, on the dark mode now. We don't have that underline white thingy, because I forgot to remove a layer last time, and that's why we had this thing at the bottom, which wasn't so good. Anyways, right, let's stay here. We like colors around here. Shit happens. So, first of all, we're not so much many right now, which is good. Damn. Omar, hi, welcome on in. Thank you. I'm good. Good evening to you too. I forgot to press that button. Week was good. The week was good. I worked too much, as expected of me, but also not enough, but too much. Right? It's a weird situation right now, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no. First of all, the news of today. So I ordered something at the beginning of the week, last week, I forgot, some days ago, and it was supposed to arrive and be delivered on Monday, and it arrived today. And because it's shoes, it's now on my feet. I didn't go outside, so they are clean. I'm wearing shoes inside because they are clean. That's the only time I do this, and it is to make my feet aware of these shoes, because they are fucking huge. I don't know if I can show you the thing. boots thingy. I like that the fuck happened on the same moment. That's on point. So that happens. That's clean. I received my caffeine product, right? The caffeine product that I was talking about last time, the powder one. I don't know. There is something that don't work with me. These ones work, so that will be for later. And yeah, big shoes. They are big shoes, and the story behind how the buying happened is pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Let me show you what happened and what will happen again. I opened Pinterest, and basically in some of the top scroll there was these shoes, the one that I have at my feet, and I said, you know what, they look cool, and they are Converse, and so I clicked on the link, and I basically bought them without really thinking. Sadly, these ones are kind of better. These ones are lower, so they are not tall boots, right? You can see the difference in between the two right here. Basically, I have the tall one, and I think I should have went with these, but I don't know. Both work. I think they are women shoes, as always, because the sizes are going from smaller to the max was like 42. So, right, I think they are women shoes because the heel kind of thing. But I do like the sole, the fact that it's like a slanted by divider thingy. It's fun. And also they are climate control type of thing, which means that inside is kept warm, and like if you sweat it goes out, right? Regular thingy, which is cool. But the reason why I bought them is because the one that I wanted from Converse is not available anymore, because it was a collaboration thingy, and I wanted these ones, which are way cooler, and are also short. But yeah, I don't know, couldn't find them. And also they are fucking expensive, so I didn't bought that. And Omar, to answer your question about what I'm working on, I've been working on a thing called user flows in a current project. I can show you from far away, but basically creating some easy to understand step-by-step flows for the devs and the people inside of the company. And so, for example, right now, today I did these ones, which are extremely simple, which is just, this is the table as a default. If you're hovering filters, it looks like this, and if you are clicking on filter, we have the filters thingy that pops in. And then I need to do the rest, which is what happens if I activate one, what is the state if it's on hover, all that. And so all of these things are already created for me, but I just need to make that more easy to understand from here. So I did the same thing for the other three. It's a really simple thing, but in total I have made a lot of them for some specifics feature of the project, and that take a lot of time. Thinking about all the flows and making sure that they are understandable easily with the title of the frame and the title of the section, and that people who are not dev and or not designer could just come into the Figma file, open the thing and say, well, that works, that doesn't work. So yeah, that's the news. So on the other side of news, I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't think it's worth it on my end, because I think I can think for myself on how the product should work. But on the dev side of things, some of our devs are more junior than others, and so they don't think about everything. So it's a bit better for them to have like a bit of a guideline step by step, so to avoid more work for me in the future of going back to the dev and saying, well, you missed this opportunity to get like a hover state here, or the click didn't work, or whatever. I do that now so that if they don't do it, I can just hit them on the fingers, you know, slap on the hand, saying you didn't follow the thing. So that's fun. And yeah, so received my shoes, which didn't expect it to happen for today, so that's cool news. I'll see how comfortable they are for now, because they are, like, as I said, climate control. I'm kind of cold at that instant because I didn't walk with them, so we'll see if that changes with time. And on the other news, right, I talked about that basically on Monday, I think. Yeah, I think on Monday. So on Monday, I received a call from Japan, from the company that is sending my stuff from Japan to here, and they said we can't send it to you, so we need to send it back to the address that you provided, which is the address of a friend in Japan. And basically, I checked the tracking number, and the next day, and it was not in Japan anymore, it was in China. And then I tracked during the week to see if it was just like going to China and coming back to Japan, but from China it went to India, and from India it went to Germany. And today I paid the custom like border control thing from UPS, and they said that they will deliver this thing either tomorrow or on Monday. So I don't know how the Japanese company said they can't send it to me if I'm receiving it tomorrow. It's like, it's weird. But yeah, gold label. Hi, welcome on in. So yeah, we'll see if that's right. If that works. Denny, hi. Go on in. So if it arrived, because the prices that I just paid for the border is fucking high. So if it's not that, if it's something else, like if it's just a letter that cost me like €100, I don't think that is, but we never know. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's weird. I got some new shoes. Yes, I got my new shoes. They are. It's so weird to show. They're big shoes. Big shoes. Yay. I'm extremely susceptible to buy 3 more pairs. There is like 2 pairs that I want to buy, that I might. So in my shoes board on Pinterest, there are like a ton of things that. No, I'm not. I don't want to take them off now. I need to make sure that like they fit my feet. So yeah, we'll see how. It's just to break them a bit, because they are brand new and walking inside is a bit better, and they are clean, so I can keep them inside. But the outside shoes, the shoes that goes outside, stay not at the door, but like basically at the entrance, and don't go inside of the main room anymore. That's stopped. But these ones, I've been looking at these ones for a while. I know they are women's shoes, but they look amazing. I do love the cuff at the ankle. I think that's a very, very nice detail. And I have like a folder with thing inside. There is the Prada shoes that are pretty cool. They are fucking expensive, and I don't think they have my size anymore, but they are clean. I do love the underneath the sole. It's very, very nice. Not that it matters in any way, shape or form, but it's just it's a nice thing. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the seam in the front, so that's a potential thing. There are these ones, which every time I need to go back to this. It's interesting. I think they are like statement piece, as we talked about yesterday. Pretty interesting overall. A low poly effect, yeah, kinda. But these ones are just, the texture is interesting. They are a bit expensive, so I don't know if I will buy them, but maybe. And then there are these ones that I tried to buy them in Japan, but I couldn't. They are a bit tall, and they are women's shoes, as always. I take women's shoes sometimes because they have a slimmer figure in a way, like we talked about yesterday. Like, I like slimmer types, even though they are big shoes. These ones have a very high heel, so I don't really know how I feel about it, but my size is not really available, which pisses me off. But right, if you go onto my Pinterest and you take a look at my shoe board, the last 50 is like boots, basically. It's just boots everywhere. At some point, right, I did a thing, but yeah, forget about that. But it's just weird stuff. I wanted boots. I wanted these ones. These are the Fenty Puma collaboration, but they have been created in like 2017 and are not available anymore. These ones are the Rihanna designed by Rihanna boots. I like them a lot, but complicated. And yeah, so if you look at these, they are like so much shit that are just black fucking boots. They are nice. I like these, and I agree. If the sole doesn't match with me, the shoes doesn't match with me. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of things here, which are cool. Kane, hi. Iridescent Converse. Where are these? These ones? Yeah, if that's the one that you were talking about. These are cool. I have so many like collared shoes that I'm like, damn. I have one pair of similar to these. Which are these ones. These are the Kobe Bryant. I think that's the last before he died. A pair of weird ass thing that he did. I do love them. They squeak like crazy, so I don't wear them as much as before. But I love the release system with you pull this and then you can release yourself, and then if you want to fasten, then you just like pull that one, which is really cool. In the colorway with the pink here and the bright, not so bright anymore, but like bright yellow green is really nice as well. But they squeak the fuck out, so I don't wear them anymore. Great theme, right? Yeah. So they are the same theme as these ones, which are the off-white Nike, which I think are cool, but they're flat and less fun, like more of a regular type shoe. Yeah, I have a ton of shit in there that I'm like, damn, I could. There is a lot of women's shoes as well, because women's shoes are fun. Some heels that are really, really nice. But there is like a lot of colorways that don't exist or have been made as prototypes that I wish I could have, but can't. Like these ones, for example, these ones are fucking great, but they disappeared. And I don't wear that type of shoes anyways, but just the colorway is good. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the main issue that I have with the Jordans is Jordans are Jordans and they stay Jordan shapes. The main thing that changes is texture, fabric, and potentially the Nike logo changing place or size. But most of the time, it's a Jordan. Like it's the same. It's the same pair of shoe, right? I have like a ton of them in here that are like Jordan or others, but they don't feel as different. Like these ones, as the Air Force One, who are usually a lower model, the high top are more interesting in a way from time to time. But yeah, I lean more forward a weird ass thing. Like I want shit that looks weird, not necessarily futuristic. But I want shoes that are not on everyone's feet and that can be either not recognized at all or recognized, but not a lot of people are like able to wear them. I don't know, like I haven't seen a lot of people wearing these suede Nikes, right? The unique feeling, yes, exactly. But yeah, I mean, AI generated or just computer generated thing. Like for example, these, even though the picture is extremely small, these are really interesting for the sole, like the back of the heel, but the rest of the shoes is just a Jordan futuristic thing, and not a lot of people will have these ones. These ones, for example, are most likely 3D generated type thingy. I don't know. I feel like it's interesting to get weird, not weird shape, but different when it comes to shoes, because everyone has shoes, right? That's a thing. But from time to time, if you use the shoes for an accent color, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there are some that I wanted to have, but they were like a limited edition, and I discovered them too late, as always. And I'm not like heavily into like copying things. I wish I could be no shoes right now, but later, it will be for later. But like these ones with the belt-ish type on the side, it's just a detail, right? Detail that looks cool, that makes it unique-ish. I mean, unique for all the people that bought them. I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of the most important thing is how they look from the top. I don't know. No Crocs, no Crocs, not for me. They don't fit as well as I wanted them to fit. Feet on my feet. I don't know. But yeah, so if you, as I said, right, if you go back to this board, there is like a lot of Jordans, there is a lot of Air Force One, because they are cool. Until you were sick and ill, so I appreciate the look anyways. But welcome back. Yeah. I may have a code somewhere, Kane. I need to check out if I have the thing. I could potentially invite you. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if the code is still working. But yeah, I mean, we are talking about fashion a lot lately. I think it's because I need to revamp everything on my side. Again, I have a feeling that things could potentially happen in terms of fashion again. And I'm looking back at the statement piece that is usually my shoes or my shirt. But right now, because it's cold-ish, being just in a shirt is not good. This Behance project are some of the shoes that I wanted to have from Adidas, but couldn't because this thing has been created in 2014, 2016, I forgot, and that entire thing that I have been talking about it, but shoes that I've discovered and some of the things that that made me interested in fashion, I have discovered on Behance. So designers and clothes designers on Behance sharing their projects, and then me just looking at it and being like, damn bro, that's amazing. So look at these shoes. I mean, first of all, the boxes and all that, but let me show you the shoes. Look at these. As a unique type, these are so nice. I love these ones, mainly for the greenish lace, but yeah, I don't know, it just feels so nice. I think it stands for Nomad. Yes, I think it's Nomad. Yeah, no, it's so cool. I have, so TD, yes, I have, kinda, not exactly beige. Hi, welcome on in.
You know, when you oh my god, I sound so bad.
All right. Everything I want at once, I get it. Twice? Okay. So, I have thought about it, but also it's not exactly my type of things. TD, in terms of redesigning big big websites. Depends on which website. I mean, if you want my opinions on some website, feel free to share the website itself, and then I can go over it, but not redesigning the entire thing for sure. That won't probably won't happen. Google.com is a very, very unique website where the redesign is not needed per se. So yeah, and it could happen, but not exactly needed. I don't know. YouTube, same thing. Maddie also, hi, welcome on in. Hi again. Then you said, I took your advice last night. I just went to sleep at 6 a.m. and woke up at 7. That's not exactly cool, but yeah, if you feel like you're about to collapse tonight, maybe that's a long ass fry. I like it, but yeah, that was a long ass fry. Anywho, for the times where we have just 1 second of fry, so yeah, fine. If you recycle right now, like you woke up at 7 and you've been awake since 7, then I haven't, Maddie, I will do that tomorrow because I know that it's on the 23rd, but I need to, I cached the lenses, that's for sure. I hope it's not pulled from the web, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So yeah, TD, you disappeared again. Maybe you fell asleep. I don't know. I don't. Do you have like specific website in mind for that redesign kind of thing? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. And I wanna find the shoe the first shoe that made me into someone who likes shoes for myself, because I liked shoes before, but like shoes for myself. You have a platform design called Novacy.tv. Yeah, I could take a look at this, but I mean, I don't know who designed it in the first place. It's not that good, so you might need to redo everything if you want my opinion on that. So we'll see. No, I don't know. Figma.com is not as good as I expected it to be. I mean, the changes that they made lately are less and less my style. We could have a look at it for sure. That happened. Did you hear anything that I said about redesigning thing? Oh, absolutely not. Maybe you were away. Where are these fucking things? I have 900 pins in there, so that makes sense. Right, these are fucking cool. Maddie, that's true. That is a true thing. Okay, fine. That is a cool thing. It feels like you have two different shoes, even though it's the same pair. Details. Just right here saying details. Instances in Boolean. Yeah, Maddie, I agree with that. I don't know about the news about instances in Boolean. Usually, as a rule of thumb, if you have, or if we have news from Figma, I really, really recommend you to get pitch. Sorry, that thing just didn't work. I will kill people. My bad. Keyboard was paired with the other side of that didn't work. The Figma team themselves, like their profile, right here, if I can copy user link and send it to you. I know. So in here, they have like a lot of file to explain the news and the updates, Omar. So if they have had like an update of instances and something, if it's the property section, yeah, I can go over that if you want to. It's a very simple thing to understand in a way. Kinda. But yeah, in there, there probably is a file somewhere that is called like instance properties or something that will help you understand what they have added. But yeah. So let's go over a basic thing on the instance property thingy, right? So if you have like a component, let's do a button, because buttons are usually what we do, right? You have a button with a text of 14. That's usually the case with bold. And so from here you do Shift A to get like an auto layout around it. You change the auto layout part, right, to 16 or 24/8. That's the usual thing I do. And then the fill can be, I don't know, maybe we do like a purple button. and a bit of radius at 6, right? So that's a button, that's our base, right? That's simple button, very easy. If I create a component out of this, I just have one simple, easy thing to understand. And I have properties here. And in the property options, the C option is pretty cool, yes, to zoom in if you wanted to. So here I have a content property, so that's a new thing. This new icon is just create a text property. Basically what that means is as long as there is this layer, this text layer in button component, you will have an input on the side that will help you to easily change the value without having to go inside. That's useful later, but I still want you to know about it. And there is also a layer Boolean property, and that Boolean property is it visible or is it not visible? That's the base thing. Here I have a button with just text. Sometimes in our buttons we also have icons. So if I were to let me just use the asset panels rather than something else. If I were to add like an icon inside of it, usually we use the arrow because it's easy to place, right in white. Right now it's not centered, so let's center this a bit and just down that to 4, I guess. Right, let's say that's our button thingy. So here I can create a boolean on the icon itself and say on the layer thing I can create a new boolean property that is called as icon, and that's true. And so what that means is when I will have an instance, I will now have a toggle that just says, do you have the icon or not? Right? It's just a simple switch. As you can see, it fucks the size of the button itself. So what I will do is here, instead of hug content, I will just make fixed. That way it will stay the same height, whichever happened. So that's some of the basic of the properties, and there is like a lot of other options that you can have in the property specific to component and like component variants. So let's say I have a secondary option of that same button that is what I call the ghost button. So right, style is ghost, so property 1, let's call that style, and this one let's call that solid, because that's how I name these things. Here in my ghost option, it's basically reverse. So instead of having the background in full color, I will use my very light color thingy, and instead of having the rest in pure white, I will have these in my 50s right here. So let me just do that in light so that it's the same. And so these are also coming into properties as properties variants. So right now the easiest thing is I can say, well, I have a different style, which is ghost for that specific button or solid for that specific button. And so that's a property, and it's based on the component variant, which is that button at the top. And that's basically it. And then from here you can duplicate, do other style, other states, other things, other properties or props to help you just have all the options on that side panel. So as an example of a well-rounded option, I mean, maybe this one is a tad complicated, But right, I have these, which are inputs, and then the size is default or big. You can decide, maybe it has like an helper text underneath. Maybe it's in the error state, maybe it has an helper, but it's in error state. Right, all these things are very easy, but you can easily, like for example here, maybe sometimes I don't have the label, and I could have like a property that says label thingy. In that specific file, there are things that I didn't do because at that time I didn't know. But for example, if here I wanted to have, or I have the option to do an expose property from nested instance. And so what can happen here is if I say I want the options for the label to be visible, if I click that, it means that most of my options will be visible here. So if I publish the changes, even though I shouldn't, but it's fine, haven't touched this style guide in a long time, so maybe it will fuck everything. Here, what will happen is on my side thingy, I should, after an update, have some options, right? Yeah. So in my field thingy, I now have my field label that I'm going through, and so these are my sub properties for that top section right here. And so maybe I can say, well, it's in field, or it's in focus, or it's in disable mode, whichever. It's supposed to be on light mode, so it doesn't really work right now. Sorry for the flashbang, but basically it changes some things in the options. I can show optional, not optional. I have the label thing, which is what I talked about earlier, the properties for text. So here label, if I can say hello, it will change here. And then the mandatory text is also different. Maybe it has info, whatever. So to achieve that, Kane, you need to go in your main component groups, and then you add a nested instance property, which is just plus nested instance. And then you can define whatever the fuck you want. So maybe I want the input text as well, and maybe I want the field as well. I don't know. Right, let's say I have everything. So I publish the changes here so that I can have that. Let's see how it looks. So now, if I have this, I have my main field sections, and then I have my field, which is the sub-level thing, and then I have my field label elements, and then I have my input, which is really useful because I can say, well, now I can change things specifically, and so I don't need to click and dive to get the properties themselves. But yeah, that's how you do that. Another section on top that says parent component section. Don't really know what why I have that. What is that? So that means that you dived into a specific component. So if you look at the thing that is right underneath my camera, right there now, I have my field. Inside of my field, I have a sub field, and then inside of my field here, I have a sub component. So basically, what it means is that thing is supposed to be in the parent component field, and that field thing is in the parent component fields, or input fields, depending on how I name them. So that's usually why you have these. Here it's not visible because I didn't activate that, but that's basically it. Also useful. Yeah, that's the that's here, specifically here. If you're on an instance group, variant instance group, you get the parent, which basically is that select. It's helpful to get selection. It's not really helpful for anything else, but right, it's that. I guess it could be useful if you have like a huge ass file with a lot of things, but yeah. The arrow needs to be more at the right on that thing, and so that's why the components themselves on that file here have multiple options for left and right arrows. Thingy. I mean, you can revisit all the older projects and fix things. I've done that multiple times. I mean, for me, it's a fun time because I like to go over the new feature and make sure that I understand them correctly and have everything tied up with the new version. But depending on how often you need to get these things used, sometimes it's not worth the effort of going through again the entire file. So that depends on you and your use cases, but yeah. And yes, Tony, for the arrows, it's supposed to be like this. Specifically, it's easier unless you're doing the entitled way and it's just centered, which works, but it's just weird. It feels so weird. Cat.
CatXoho raided my stream with 6 viewers.
That alert seems loud, but hi, welcome on in. If you don't know Cat is a co-working streamers. Stoney with the raid, I get it. KT08, welcome on in, or 008, welcome on in. 3 shoutouts, yeah. 3 shoutouts. But yeah, Kat is an amazing co-working streamer from Italy, doing a lot of long session of break because she can't shut up when we are in chat, which is cool. And yeah. Yes, you are showing up as a raider on my side. like really, all the yellow thing are raiders. So yeah. But yeah, so we are a design community here, so if you have any design questions, feel free to ask them. We'll do my best to help. We do a lot of OBS stuff as well, like these transition that you just saw, or other things from time to time, but yeah, that's usually... it's not your inability to focus, it's your ability to focus on the thing that you want to do and not on the thing that you should do, which is... I mean, I do the same, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's exactly the same for me. So, Omar, the thing with the component properties thingy is that on Figma now, on the handoff section, they can see the props, and devs work with props most of the time when they are creating components. So in that case, it's easier for them to read the component and say, well, there is these props available in that component, so I can create these variables already, and then from there they can see in which state they are in. Some of the useful-ish plugins that could be interesting for you is this thing. Give me 1 second. I guess it's in components, I guess. I mean, a pet mods VIP and streamer. like the action. I could, but also, right, I don't know. So there is a plugin that is giving you this. It's creating, I know I'm very far away, but it's creating a table from the components that you have and organizing this by props. So you can see that I have like icon props with false, dot, country, whatever, all the options. And that's the outline is false, and this one is outline is true. And so this is automated. This is called, this is with, damn it, PropStar. Let me give you the link to this plugin thingy, which is amazing. And so if you have like a huge set of components, PropStar will give you the ability to generate a table based on your variants. And so that way the dev can easily go through the table and say, okay, so from that table I know all the props that I need to have if I want to do the same thing, and all the variation that the designer have created. So it's easier for them to go through this with the prop predefined rather than through this, right? If that makes sense. It's that different, right? Yeah, we talked about it. I think Sakei talked about it at some point, but yeah, it's really useful. The thing that you just said is exactly what I was about to say. The handoff section shouldn't exist. We have like an entire talk on YouTube about that. The handoff section shouldn't exist. It's not a handoff. It should be a discussion with the dev, and not just you giving the keys to the devs and then the dev figuring things out. It should be like a discussion all the way until the thing is done, and a collaboration throughout the process of creation in code. I do not have a list of all the plugins that I use. I do a review of the plugin that I use basically every 3 months. There is someone that talk about plugins, and we talk about plugins here, and then I end up just going over all the plugins that I use. But yeah, PropStar is one of the latest one that I actively use. So there is no Agile or Scrum or whatever version of the method. I have like a big rant about this thing. Agile is bullshit. Agile is just waterfall in a smaller time frame, but you cannot have both team work at the same time on things that are working or should be working on the same thing. I mean, it's a bit of a weird thing, but minus 35 seems okay. The music was loud. So yeah, waterfall just means one team does its thing. When it's done, it goes to the next team that does its thing, which when they are done, it goes into the next thing. Agile is supposedly going into all the teams at the same time, but technically you cannot ask the dev to work on the same thing that the designer is working on, so it's basically a waterfall at all times. It's just it's bullshit. It's not dumb. It's a good buzzword if you know about it and if you use it. It's a good buzzword. It's a good conversation for the people who use Agile in a mindset rather than a process. And the Agile mindset is very simple. It's just when something doesn't work, just change, which is for us, the ADHD people, I would say, it's just common sense. If something doesn't work for you, you just move on and you do something new. But yeah. So Omar Stoney is owning his product, and so that's why he's saying this, which is way more interesting because it's just using your brain. Yeah, but a lot of people are not using their brain anyways anymore. So we end up with things like Agile and Scrum Master and things that shouldn't have existed in the first place, but because people don't use their brain as much as we do on specific things, right? There are things that we can't use our brain on, and there are things that they can't use their brain on, right? All the sides. It's just weird. But yeah, no, it's Agile is just iterating. Like the basic of the Agile methodology is just test as soon as you can and make sure that if something doesn't work, you iterate on that thing that doesn't work as soon as you can, rather than the waterfall thing is you need the waterfall to end, like to arrive at the finish line to say, well, in the second section we figured that it wasn't a viable option, but we needed to do the 3 more steps to finish the sprint, which is just common sense. We figured at this stage that it wasn't viable, and we continued working on it even though we knew that it wouldn't be viable. That is bullshit. So basically, if you use your brain and you're like, oh, that won't work, let's continue working on it, you're a dumbass. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, so basically, as I said, Agile is just ending the process before the end of the waterfall, and waterfall is just not ending the process before the end of the waterfall. That's the difference. So going back to the thing, for the devs, Propstar can be really useful to communicate with them. And what else can be useful for them? There are other things that could be used. Have a good food time, cat. Benny, I think if you're on front end, I think you, as a basic, you need HTML, CSS, and JS in JavaScript. I think that's the 3 that you need. The newest one being React or whatever. But React is based on. I mean, not based, like similar to JavaScript. But HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the 3 that you basically need to make a good base of a website. No need for more than this. And then all the frameworks and the thing that you will find are based on these languages, anyways. Most of the time. But yeah, that's front end, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. HTML is a programming language in a way. I mean, it's a rendering language. But CSS is a rendering language. June, hi. Junebug Jane. Hi, what's going on? How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Happy to have you here. Are you sure that it's not a programming language? As always, remember, I'm a designer, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah. Oh, nice. If you can share who recommended me to you, that would be amazing. But if you don't want to share, that's fine. So what do you define HTML as, Stony? Do you define it as I said, as a rendering language, or as a browser language? I forgot. Yeah, hypertext, and then it's. But then, what is a programming language? If not, so basically, what you're saying is like the programming language is telling what the HTML is supposed to be. It has language in the name, yeah, I think, yeah. Hypertext markup language, text language. No. Hypertext markup language, whatever. I don't know. To be classed as programming language, it needs to be Turing complete. Interesting. Food is high. Welcome on in. If it is in the same company, it's better to talk to your boss first. But welcome on in, Fruities. I hope you've been good. Okay. I mean, that's fair. As always, right? I'm just a designer, so I'm not exactly versed into dev things. So thank you for correcting me. Now I know. That's cool. And June Jane, Junebug Jane. If you have any design questions, feel free to ask. If you are new to design and you want to learn beginner stuff, feel free to ask. As I remind everyone, there are some points in my life where I didn't know how to do a rectangle. So, right, I can help with anything, beginner level, advanced level, master level. All these things are available to you from me if you want to. So don't be shy. Or be shy, but ask your questions anyways. There is no bad question and there is no wrong questions. So I'm trying to think about the stuff that you could add, Omar, to the discussion with the devs. I think specifically, I mean, we used to have things in here, but I think I got rid of them. These things are important in a way. The definition of how things are behaving for the devs. So, for example, here these things don't exist in the inspector panel. So I just made sure that it was visible. Like the thing is blurring the background. It has the backdrop blur options because when you are here, you can't see that. So these stuff are useful for the devs. They are not mandatory, but they just kind of ensure that in the long run, if the thing is implemented correctly, which usually is not the case, but we never know, when the dev decides to implement things correctly, if they follow what is on Figma, we have things that with these markups and these important sticky notes, make sure that you don't have to go over the thing that they created a second time and say, well, you forgot that, right? These are some helpful options. Let me see if we have other cool things. I don't think we do on this one file. I think I did that on the foundation potentially. I think I got rid of that. There was like 5 big ass messages in one go, so I need to read that. I kept them, but yeah, I got rid of these as well. Yeah, fine. Well, there are some behaviors sometimes where people are recommending explanations. Let me see if I can load this one. This one is a huge file, so you can have database but nothing to access it from. Yeah. Device or programming language is considered to be Turing complete when it can replicate a Turing machine by running any program and solving a problem the Turing machine could run or solve. Okay. Okay, so HTML, because it's limited in its ability to do specific tasks that the Turing machine could do, is considered as Turing incomplete, hence not a programming language, but it's still a language in a way, but it's a browser language. Interesting. Interesting. These things. Second, I say these thing on zooming on something, but it's not exactly what I wanted to have. The fuck you at? These things could be interesting for some devs and for some teams, Omar, if you wanted to do that. It's a lot of time and it's a lot of effort, even though they can click on things and have the color, but sometimes on specifics, this can help like a lot, because you can have like at a glance say, oh yeah, the outline is this value and the borders like the 100. Okay, fine, I didn't see that. Maybe as a dev they couldn't see the difference because they don't have the eye and the habit of looking for small details. So sometimes these things can help, but right, this is a lot of work for a very, 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 very small implementation gain. But yeah. And for this, I also found a Java application called UX UI Designer, web project and requirements making landing pages in ReadyMag. It's still a UX UI designer, but it's more of a graphic design for the web. So it's digital graphic design, and so it falls into the UX UI umbrella, which makes sense. To add some time, yeah. So the documentation thing, Omar, I'm catching up with chat because you all have written these big ass messages. I like it though. Don't stop. The documentation side, I have tried it multiple times, and what I figured is, depending on who is on the other side of the dev, they either don't read it or they read it absolutely to the T, and if you make a mistake in the documentation, then it's your fault for everything. So from now on, I'm doing, as I showcased, sticky note specifics, which is when something cannot be found in the Figma inspect option, I just add it as a highlight saying, be careful, here we have this thing that is very specific that needs to be taken into consideration, and that's it. But I don't anymore, at least I don't push for huge documentation, because first of all, it takes a lot of time, and if you created a huge documentation for a component or something, and then the next months you decide to change that component, you need to rewrite the documentation. Whereas if you had specifics, like the behavior is very simple, but like you just need that, then it's easier to just change the specifics. It's a smaller amount of work for you, and it's easier for the devs as well, because they just need to review the specifics. But yeah. Yes. I like to use the Radix UI combination color thingy, because it's a tad easier to master for the dark mode, mainly because it has like transparency option, and so transparency options might help you for some transitioning in between light and dark mode, but overall I tend to limit these things. Like most of the style guides that exist today have too many color styles. Like they usually have 10, and if you can limit yourself to 5, it's better. Sometimes I do 6, but right, like on my latest style guide that I'm using, I have 7, which I think is a tad too much, but it's because I have 2 systems and a primary. So if I explain that, because that's easier if I explain it, I have 6 right here. I have my system for light color specific for buttons, and my system for dark color specific for buttons, and my primary in the center. So that's the that's why I have 7. But most of the time I'm just using like these 2 or these 2, and these are like harvest states here and there on text, on our cards, whatever. But yeah, that's how it works. So that's why I have 7, but I do recommend 5 as a better option. So 5 would means either I get rid of these darker one, or yeah, usually I would just get rid of these 2. It's easier. Small stuff. It's building scheme for the browser. Interesting. Oh, so Omar, for the token things, I would recommend you to create the tokens yourself and have like a system for naming your tokens. There is like a lot of plugins called Figma tokens or whatever. I know there is like a lot of plugins that create tokens for you, and you can use these plugins to auto-generate the names. As long as your styles have the right names, it will work. It's not really a foundation, but the foundation of big style guide and frameworks like Tailwind or Chakra UI or Material Design MUI frameworks have already some types of design token that works. So if you create your own and you name your things properly in the Figma file, the devs, whichever agency they are from, should see the same thing, and if they are not dumb, should use the same tokens. And if you have like a a token list that is auto-generated for them. You can just send that to them with the plugin, and it's easier for everyone. So the tokens are really important, I think. If you don't know what tokens are, it's basically how you name things. And you can have people with different version of the writing system. So some people will use like capital letters for the first letter of every word, which I think it's gamma case. Or some people will use snake cases, which I forgot if it's like the underscore, the dash, whichever. For spaces, right, they replace the value. But if you define them yourself, then if the dev don't follow what you have in the file, then it create conflict, and that's on their side. Thank you. So if I'm a service designer, I shouldn't waste my time learning till Ready Mag now. I mean, it's always good to take a look at how it works through this. I don't know if it's a waste of time. It really depends on how much you want to work with these things. If you think that it's really useful, then yes, please, learn that. If not, don't waste your time. But I think it's always good to take a look. Rosea, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your day? How was your week? It's Friday. Every browser has its own CSS applied. Yes. Okay. So, Stony, is CSS a programming language or nah? Okay, so if it's not if it's not useful in your product right now, then skip them for now. I don't think you can change the chat appearance in iOS for this. I'm sorry about that. And your question about the colors, I am using the best plugin that we have, which is Super Palette. I will send you the link. I mean, I sent you the link before, but like, shit, I'm so used to that. So this is Super Palette. It is a color palette generator basically, and so if you use or if you have like a base for this style guide, we have a base that is really close to Tailwind, but it's also here. And so what you just need to do is click on that thing and said create style system or insert guide, and then you define your thing. Let's say I want the circle version, and I want that to be like a vertical options. Vertical is a bit weird, so let's keep that. Insert guide, and that's it. I'm done. I have my colors, and that's how I do it. And the benefits of this is you get some accessibility check when you're using Super Palette. Super Palette is an amazing plugin if you need to generate color palettes or use a set of color palettes or a color palette that is set in a popular framework. So that's why I did it, or how I did it. Okay, Stony, that's interesting. So Omar, the thing is, if the devs are not willing to work with you for making the project succeed, they shouldn't be on the team. That's it. that's the final answer. If the people that are supposed to work with you on any department, to be honest, are not willing to work with any members of the team to make sure that there is success at the end of the project, they shouldn't be part of the team. I know it's a bit of a harsh thing to say to like the rest of the team members, but it's basically the truth. If there is someone in your team that is unwilling to like ensure the success of the project, even if it's just one, that means that you will waste your time. You will have someone that is not willing to like communicate when they have an issue, or will wait for the last minute to say, oh, I have a problem here. And that is the worst thing that you can have in a team. So sometimes you are not the direct communication option, which makes sense, but at least if you are the primary designer of that team, and they are not willing to work with you or understand what you're trying to put in place to make sure that the project is successful, then, I mean, if you can, push that feedback to your manager or your CEO or whatever to make sure that these people are removed from the team and you get some people that are willing to work with you. That's a better experience for you. And we know from experience that there is like a lot of people, specifically designers and dev, that have a bad relationship with one another because, like, historically, designers have been annoying devs to make sure that the dev are doing the thing that the designer have created, and because most of the designers have not seen what the dev are capable of, they have created things that are like not as easy as they think for the devs. So there is like a bit of beef in between the two type of people, and yeah, if you have like an older senior dev, you might have someone who has beef with designers, and if you have like a senior designer, they might have a bit of beef with the devs. It usually happens this way. So yeah, it's like designer creates something, the dev don't implement it properly, because it's too complicated or that pisses them off, and on the other side, because it's not implemented properly, the designer have beef with the devs, and because it's too complicated, the dev have beef with the designer. I know. Stony, I know. And Omar, that's why I'm here. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. It's like, it's welcome. And Rosea, you said I finished my last new course, Figma Webflow Freelancing. That's cool. So is the motion design in Figma using the Figmotion plugins? Is that the course that you are looking at, Rosea? I think that is the case, but it's a good plugin. It's a bit annoying to understand in the beginning if you have some base in motion design, but if you don't, it's great. These are usually my answers. I mean, if you've been here before, you know. I have experience with the old ways of things, so I'm sorry. I'm saying I'm asking about the motion design in Figma. I'm asking if it's using the Figmotion plugin, or if it's something different. But yeah, I have like biased in a lot of things because the knowledge that I have on most things that touch into product is still limited, but still better than the how can I say that, the main plugins and things that are just add-on to the tools that we use today. So my knowledge on After Effects is way more powerful than using Fable or Figmotion, in which case when I'm using these things I'm frustrated because I know that I could do something else in After Effects in no time, and it's just way more annoying to learn a new thing at that instant. But yeah, we don't really do motion design anymore, so depending on you, if you want to do more motion design in the future, these things are cool, yes. I used to use Principle, not Protopie, but then I stopped because I can do most of the thing in Figma directly and it's way easier. So the reason why I'm doing mostly Figma now and just Figma with no plugins or the least amount of plugin for motion design and transitions is because if I can do it in Figma, it means that the end result is basically doable with just CSS. I mean, kinda, but like basically just CSS. And so it is easier for the dev to implement rather than using something that will use formula and principles that are a tad bit more advanced than just CSS. That's it. So you could become a micro interaction person, right? So most of the time, what we call interaction or motion design in UI UX is also used as micro interaction or micro animation, and so they are the things that makes some apps look better than others. Sometimes it's the same thing, right? It's the same app, but one of them have micro interaction and the other one doesn't, and the micro interaction one will win in a challenge or in a comparison because it feels more friendly most of the time or more responsive, even though it's not. So sometimes adding a tad of micro interaction in betweens, like in between page load, like and can make it feel snappier, even though it's not. Jumpman, hi, welcome in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Fake Jacksepticeye is not exactly, but I get it. I'm not green. I was thinking about green, but I didn't. So you are the first one who said fake Jacksepticeyes, which I like. I usually get Harry Seller because I'm white most of the time, white hair, so usually Harry Seller because we talk about similar stuff. The blue is cool, but it's fading right now. I'm not, no. I mean, I have brown hair. Need more red? Yeah, maybe. Green is fun. I need more muscle if I want to be like Zorro, but right. Can't happen. Not yet. Anywho, my eyes are a little green, yes. I'm not sad. Kinda. It depends. I have expectation for myself that are high, and that will be completed at some point in my life, but right now I'm too lazy. I have other things to figure out first, like buying more shoes. Buying way more shoes. But yeah, welcome on in, Jumpman. Appreciate you being here, if you're still here. So yeah, I think I answered most of the questions that we had. I love these question things. I wish we had snow here. We don't. I'm sad. We had like a -1 today in the morning, but it was not raining. It is raining now, but we have like a 3 degrees temperature, so it will not snow maybe during the night. I don't know.
Niffle is now following.
Niffle, thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Welcome on in. And if you're shy and you just want to chat in chat, feel free to not chat in chat and just look. I appreciate that as well. I wish we had snow. I had like a specific Instagram story that I need to post when it's snow. It's a habit every year. First snow that get a specific Instagram story. Damn. I need to pee because I drink so much today. But yeah, I've never took the Thalys. No, never. I know because I've never been to the UK, even though it's neighbours. I've been across. I've been to Denmark, to Sweden, to Germany, but not England. Like, I mean, Spain and Italy. But yeah, no. Never been here. Yeah. Yeah, let me go pee and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right. I mean, if you want to go to Paris, Paris is cool-ish. It depends. It's not the right time to come, though, to be honest. We have all the strikes happening right now. It's the start of the season. So there is no transport working properly. I mean, they are working properly, but they are not exactly working properly. the trains are not exactly working, the metro is not exactly working as expected. There is like a lot of delays, and sometimes your train is just like not working at all. Buses are sometimes in the strikes, sometimes not, because of the strikes on the week and the weekends. Usually we have roads that are absolutely blocked and you can't do anything. If you've seen the videos from the strikes from today or yesterday, I forgot, there was like thousands of people in the street, as always, as French do. And yeah, it's not the right timing right now. The reason is good. I forgot the word in English though. Retirement. Yes, it's because we are fighting for retirement. The government is trying to get the retirement age to go way further, as they always do, going from 62 to 67, I think, as the legal age to retire or something, so make you work longer, which, I mean, fine. I think most people don't want to work anyways, but some people want, and I really think it should be like a voluntary thing. Like, if you want to still work, like, still work. Whatever, I don't give a shit. But if you want to retire, retire. Like, technically speaking, if I have enough money and I want to retire today, I could. So, right, I don't need to wait. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. We don't really have a lot of snow in Paris. We do have a lot of snow near the mountains and all that. I mean, I think we can. It's just not the same thing. I think it will be a different type of retirement, and when I'm talking about retirement, I'm not talking about getting paid by the government for your retirement. I'm talking about being able to not work and have enough money to survive. To live a decent life. It's a very different thing. I think so Disneyland is cool. It's a bit far away though. And it's expensive. So I think the retirement thing, I mean, my dad was, the retirement of my dad was really laughable, because his retirement pension type, the thing that the government was giving him was 130 euros per trimester, which basically is equivalent to 30 euros per month, 30 something. I mean, a bit more than that, but like it was just laughable. And the reason for that was everything that he did for every time that he worked was cash, and didn't really tell how much he made. So couldn't get a lot from the government. But yeah, no, it's just, I mean, that his fault. That was fun to see. Like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, he made. We talked about it with my sister, and he just was paid so much without really getting paid so much. He was a singing coach, right? So it just like most of the lessons are cash because it's easier. And he used to do weekends, and the weekends were like 100 euros per person per day, and it was 2 days, so it's basically 200 euros per person per weekend, which is not so much, but there was like 10 to 13 people every time, at least, and he worked like 2 weekends per month. And when you do the math, it's not nothing.
C0 Ding Vibes is now following.
Coding Vibes, welcome on in. Thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Happy to have you here. So, right, I mean, he made enough, but it basically said that he made way less to be a limit of the taxing bracket. It was a weird thing. But yeah, in the end, pretty fine. But yeah, no, the retirement thing, I think he retired. I mean, I don't think he really retired. He died at 69, which was nice as an age, but not exactly cool. And I think he basically worked until like 65 or something, or 64, and then did like some weekends here and there. But yeah, freelance, basically freelance. And yeah, I think if he was still alive, he would have continued working anyways when he could, and that would be fine. So yeah, me, I will be 29 soon. I should be 29 soon, I think. Yes. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, I basically still have like 30 years in me, and then I will die. If not before that. It could be nice. Dying on stream is not an option. That's, even though it will get me views, right? I kind of want to avoid it, because if I get views but I'm dead, I can't get the money. So it's not. Yeah. For me, yes, before retirement. But I mean, for him, not exactly before retirement, but yeah. Yeah, program developer currently testing a new Twitch API. It out as your stream as the highest percentage suggestion. That is fucking amazing. I don't know how your algorithm work, but if it's suggesting me, I like that. Well, go on in. We do design stuff in here, product design stuff. We are helping Stony Eagle on their journey to make a better design for their product. So if you have heard of Stony Eagle in other dev chat, probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, right now it's Friday, talking about not work usually, as little as possible because it's better. But yeah, but welcome on in. If you have any design question for your programs, feel free to ask. If you want to share things, showcase things, all that. You are famous. You are in all the devs chat that I've been in, and all of them know your name. You are famous. I think you're more famous than me. Which is fun to me. I mean, yeah. Like, we raided Coding Garden yesterday, and he said, "Oh, Sony, hi, I think you recommended me," right? I mean, it's fun to have someone who is recognized in the chat. So, for example, when we have White Panther with us, lurking or not lurking, actively speaking, right? She's someone who is recognized in the dev community, and so that's always fun for me. So having someone who is recognizable for cloud, always cool, always cool. Interesting. Are you a streamer, coding vibes, or no? Maybe you're not. I don't know. Not a streamer. Sorry. Yeah, it's 4 in the morning. I received like 3 message notification in like a second. Yeah. Right? I mean, you have a name that is recognizable, and you chat in chat. I mean, you are active in chat most of the time, and so that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Do you have specific thing that you want to go over on today's episode of potentially looking at design, or nah? Denny, I have a feeling that you said something about sending me stuff, but I feel like that didn't happen. Work on the profile page. Let's see the profile page. Yeah. I mean, no, that's fine. I think it's cool to have profile page. So what do we have in the profile page today? We had these, right? That's the that's what we have. We just have this. What are the things that you want to have in your profile, right? You want to change your picture potentially, and change your name, but even though I'm not even sure that it's a useful information, I would think I was still there when that happened. Yes, and he thought Denny was talking about better than him, not better than Stony. Yep. I was still kind of lurking after the shower and all that. So I think password is in the security thing in the dashboard. No, you don't have security in there. All right, so it should be in the profile. Essentially, so for me, right? By the way, Stony, could you potentially on your end get rid of the reference radar and refresh the page? Please, just have the fucking outline every time you have like a message, and that's a lot. You refresh the page. Send a message. Yeah, no, you're still right there. It didn't work. It did not work. I don't know how you can get rid of. I mean, you know what? Let me disable that so that it's fine. I disable raiders as preview. It will be fine. It will be fine. So settings, as always, right? We have a ton of options available to us if we wanted to. And I was about to do that, but that's a bad idea. So let's just open the application section and check. I think I need to disable the fucking highlight on all the platforms. Which, why the fuck? Can you send a message right now just to check? I love the option of having like raiders, but I think it should go away from the third message from the raiders, right? It would be better. Neptune, hi, welcome on in. How have you been? Good, thank you. No more outline, at least. Not yet. How have you been? It's been a while. These are information page. I think it's in the settings, and in the settings we have this page right there. Yes, right. I think best looking is this one, but we don't have a banner, so that doesn't help. I feel too late. Been tired, burned out. Yeah. I am in the same boat. I am tired as fuck. Crypto, hi, you arrive early. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your day? We are close to the 555. That is 5555 numbers, which is cool. Will happen soon. Will happen soon. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we can have on the profile section. I'm not sure it can even be. Oh, no. You arrive early. It's been 2 hours of stream. Usually on Fridays we do a bit longer streams because I can. Even though I woke up with a fucking headache this morning. Right, shit happens. So yeah, welcome on. You did, that's true. That's true. And I didn't know what to do on that day. No, that's not true though. I did things. It was nice. Neptune, I'm sorry about that. I mean, if it's good work, then that's okay. Question for you, do you really have the needs for the username, first name, last name, email address? Email address, yes, 100%. You might need password, potentially, so we could have password underneath, but is there a real reasons to get username, first name and last name? Like, is that a thing? Is the edit profile, it doesn't exist right now because, right, But is the edit profile giving you the ability to change your password? I don't remember. I didn't click on that. Maybe he decided to just hide the values. Oh, that's true. I remember that day. Yes. No, it's not today. If it was today, that's a lot of fucks. That is a lot of fucks. Yes. So app, right? App.nomercy. About to hit 555. The next one is sorry. Yeah. Okay, so you can change. I just want to check that before I click on things. Okay, yes. It was nice seeing you. I'm out. I'm out. Damn. Ah, shit. It is functional. I know. But still. It's not great. So you basically, shit. So you have the account information, the password, the authenticator, potentially. I don't know what the fuck is the federated identity. The sessions are in the logs. The applications should be in the logs. The logs should be in the logs, and my resources should be in the logs. So the thing at the bottom, right? I mean, it works. I'm not against it. It's just, it's weird to go from this to this. Unless you can read it, I mean, unless you can change the design of this page to get something that works, fine. I mean, my designer in me is like breaking myself right now. These things are the least recommended version of alignment. Like, first of all, we don't recommend to have the label in front of the input. That's the first thing. But secondary, if you have label in front, please align them to the left, not to the right. It's just, it's easier to read. But it's better to have them on top. But I know you can't have, you don't have hands and a say on the design here. So I'm asking question first. How are the integration? How does it work? Is it just you like basically you're using your side on the app to then send the values to these input fields to Keycloak? Is that what will happen? Or are you like doing something different? And so that's why you say integrated. Or will you basically integrate Keycloak specifically in that page and change the design? Shit. Communicate to the same way to Keycloak. Okay. So basically I can redo a design that is using our components but having all the information of Keycloak to get the thing that we want. Okay, I need to check that federated identity. What do you want to use from Keycloak on your side? I mean, I don't feel like resources are needed. I don't feel like logs are needed in the profile, at least. I don't think that the application side is also needed. Session is in the logs, as I said. The federated identity, I don't exactly know what that is, so I don't think it's useful for us in the profile section. The authenticator potentially could be interesting to have like an option to enable the authenticator. So basically getting back the QR code and the option to get the thing running. But that's like a toggle. The password is just change of password, and the account would be account. So you get username that can be changed, email that right now is the same thing as the username, which I don't think is useful to have a username anyways. Then first name as last name could be used, but right. Okay, so now that I know this, basically Keycloak is the form, the form here, and the profile picture is on you, like it's on your side. You define this your side. I really don't think that the username is useful, to be honest, to display at least. I don't think that helps in any way, shape or form. I think the first name and last name could be useful. The email is basically what you use as a username as a default. You can change the username if you wanted to, but I don't think people want to change the username. It's easier to get the email as the username for logins. So easier for me to just limit this to 3 inputs as the base, and then have password, double authenticator, and yeah, fuck, that's true, I forgot the chat. Good point. Oh, we passed the 555. Didn't even register that I fucked the 5555. Alright, shit happens. Yes, so if you have chat, oh, so maybe no authenticator, that's much better. That's one less thing to add. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So you have the thing that I don't like is how many inputs you need for the password change. So right now you have
Omar Mota just resubscribed for 2 months. Aoi Shinya just get home from office. Sorry, but I needed to do it. Aoi love, if you need a design buddy, just ping me on TW.
Thanks a lot for the sub, I appreciate it. For 2 months, that's a lot already, but I appreciate that a lot. And enjoy the emotes again for a second month. Stony, that's something that don't exist. I mean, I'm sure you have things in mind that I don't have in mind, but from what I know, your platform is personal server, so you are not supposed to have users, right? Like, it's supposed to be a personal thing, and the users will be family, like household members, right? Not necessarily friends and family. It's mostly family because of the legality of things in the terms and conditions, right? That's what will be displayed, and I don't think, I mean, it makes sense if we have comments, but still, I comments and live chat. No, that's true. Avatar, yes. I mean, even Avatar, I don't even think it's useful, but I like what Disney Plus and Netflix are doing, which is you have a preset list of pictures that you can choose from, and that's it. I mean, right now it's not even in edit mode, so I guess if you go in edit mode, you have the button. But right now, because the edit mode is the keycloak thingy, it's not implemented. I'm trying to figure out first what we need and what is the use cases before I start to do anything, because otherwise I can replicate this design and make it look better. But I mean, if there are functionalities in there that are just useless, it's no need for me to just duplicate yet. So thinking about that, or at least I'm trying to. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird things. What are the things that you want to have on a platform that give you the ability to know? I mean, it's a good thinking session, at least for me, I think. And there are important question to answer. I mean, depending on the features that you have in mind, the username could be useful or not. You could decide to get the first name and last name as the username. Why? So, question for you: why do you have the first name and last name? Like, is that yeah, no, that I get. So it will be here. Everything will be editable from that. Do you need to display it? Like, are they mandatory in Keycloak? Can the account? I think the account can live with just a password and an email, right? That's the I guess. I would guess that's the thing. Okay, so if the account can be alive with password and email, we could do email password displayed name, which is something that we have in most of these types of things. And so display name will be the username. So the display name by default is the thing that is before the @ of your email, right? Kind of works. Like you automate it, because right now you're taking the email, but you can just get rid of everything after, or like from the @ and after. first name is last name is really not useful. Yeah, no, I mean by default. I mean by default you're taking the username, the user email as the username as a default value, right? Because they didn't change it. Not anymore? Okay. Can you pre-fill it with the content? Maybe? I don't know. I'm making a mistake right now, but it's fine. So email doesn't have a hint text, password doesn't have a hint text, right? Probably. Yeah, you can specify it, but can you, like, let's say you have your username. I mean, are you using this? So you're just doing this. Right, as an emptied things. Oh, it's a required field, but that's why I'm saying like it can be like pre-filled with what's before your at, then you can change it. And if you don't change it, then it use that value. Right? Password, I don't have the option to do this, but I hate using the asterisk rather than the points, but on this keyboard I cannot do the fucking points, so not happening. I'm making a huge mistake. Let me just do that rather. I think that would be way easier to just take that in dark mode directly, right? Because we have that in dark mode. Oh, what the fuck was that? So we have email, username in one word for you for some reason, and then we have password. This is pissing me off to the level that I wasn't prepared. My bad. I used the wrong thing again. It's on myself. Okay. So, can I do that? Can I reset text? Here, can I reset text? Here, take that value as a base, and here. Okay, you said I wanted you to take a look at your Keycloak profile to see what you have at your disposal. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think it will bias me more if I take a look at all the things that I have. But yeah, I appreciate the link anyways. I think bitch. I mean, you get so much shit in here, right? The password. For me, all these things are basically logs or informations that are not necessary in the account creation. I mean, not really necessary for someone. The account section and the password section, yes, right? The password, you just have like 3 fields, which I think, as I just did, if you click on the edit mode, you go into like maybe a modal that prompts you with the 3 inputs, like current password, new password, confirmation, even though I hate it, but yeah. I don't think that they are necessary. The authenticator thing, I don't want to click on it because it has a QR code that will give you access to my account, even though I don't give a shit, but whatever. If you want the double authentication, maybe, but otherwise I don't think it's really useful. And if you limit yourself to just this right here, right, in that same format, you get enough space to get something that is a tad better, simpler in a way. I mean, it will take the same amount of space. It's just the first name and last name that just are replaced by another thing. I wouldn't have an edit profile button per se. It's I think if you're on your profile, on your side, in the settings, it should be in edit mode already. So I wouldn't have this. Right? Wouldn't. So that's basically it. And then if you want like a square thing on the side, for the profile picture, right? Shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I mean, simplifying the thing is always a good idea, but I guess buttons will come right after. I'm about to place them. I just wanted to have them outside of this, otherwise the icon, the profile picture will be bigger, and I don't want that. But yeah, no real need for more. The buttons for the profile picture edit will be on top of the profile picture itself, and the buttons for saving the changes, if you do changes, will be at the bottom here. So, right. Have a good Figma time, as always. So that's our CTAs. Going back to Dev 1, what do the first version that you made? Yeah. Shit. My bad. So this is save I kind of want an icon here, and this is cancel. I kind of want no icon at all. So cancel or revert changes, whatever. It depends on who you are, what you want to do. Yeah, no, icon first. Save or floppy, whichever. And this should not be. This should be like a tertiary gray kind of thing. Profile card, I guess around here we can do 1616. If we want to have a card that is similar, right? That's easier in a way. The background would be iron 800. I think I clicked on 6 for some reason because it's a bit lighter. And then in here, what I want to have is one of you. On top of that, in really, sorry, really, right here with a regular format. Oh yeah, no, you can't do that. Okay, fuck me. That is. Secondary gray with icon only. And yeah, upload, just the upload icon, right? Or refresh. Usually do that. Right. So that thing can appear on hover, only on hover if we wanted to. The edit can appear only on hover. The thing that will be happening is that the state is in disabled most of the time. Same thing for the cancel, because right, unless you have changes that are made, we don't have these, so that makes sense. Here, this is my profile data. These are my CTAs, that makes sense. I would say that's my card for the settings for profile, so it's very simple. It's very close to what you already have. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking about. Because in the layout it's here, basically most of the things are set to the side. This card could be set to the side as well. We could we could verticalize the thing as well if you wanted to get just one column type of thing. It's an option. So rather than having this way, we have this that way, and the image ratio is basically hugging content right here, and just filling container, and yeah, I mean, you can make this. That's also an option. You can sensitize. Oh, I hate when that happens. can do that. Like, let's say your profile picture is 160 at best. You can just have this as a default thingy with that. Like, how did you say? Upload image? Yeah, I mean, same. You can have upload image here, and then so upload will be this, and then I also like from time to time to have a reset, reset image as an option, right? And so that would just help potentially. Yeah, and then that will just reset to Gravatar as your base. That works. Could. I don't think it looks weird. I think it looks useful because if you build it this way, you already have it built properly in the right orientation directly when you go to mobile, right? It's just easier. So I know it's not exactly in the right section, but right, that can work. Not saying that it will work, but it's just, it can work. And you can expand that if you wanted to. Second. Ah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. My dumbass. I forgot. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you want to. If you have this here, you can have profile picture. I don't like it, but profile picture here to just have a title. Right there. as you wish, to be honest. I don't think it's better, worse. Like, you can do both sides really, I mean, basically as you wish. Just a bit, in my view, a bit better like this. If you do like a 420 in width, of course. And now you have the padding, which is not needed at this point. And the background color is not needed as well. So you maybe just need the top thing at, I think it's a 16:0. Yeah. That works. I'm not sold on the profile picture title right here. Like, it's right. It's very simple. It's very close to what you already have, and I think that does the job. Upload image will send you to the image upload. The thing that I want to have though is the model. Model. Right, and right here I want the I know I have like a password something somewhere, but I forgot. Oh, has a crop tool. To change your profile picture? I mean, we have this at the ready. I know I have. My bad. I know I have this one that already have like a crop. So if you wanted to have like a crop thingy ready, this one is for the headers, and I know I have one for the password somewhere. It's just not there. Fine. What is the name of this one? Image crop. Yeah, well, fine. It's right there. So the secondary cancel is half useful. It really depends on the behavior that is expected. So basically the cross and the cancel have somehow the same behavior, and the click outside can also have the same behavior. But in some situations, in some specific models, you have an autosave. So if you do some changes, it save it for you, and then the cancel is useless. But in some specific models, you can just revert. But I mean, it is, for me it's useless, but it's for specific use cases, as in the profile specifically, it is useful. Because let's say you are in you're here, and by whatever thing you're doing, you clicked inside of that input field and you remove the M and you click outside and it's saved, and you didn't see that you did that. Maybe your cat walked on your keyboard, whatever, and you didn't see that, and it's an autosave, then you lose access to your profile, because you change your email. So that's not good. However, if you have this and you need to click on save or cancel, then maybe if you see that it's highlighted, you will do that. But I'm not sold on that option. To be honest, it's weird. It's not. Yeah, nah. I don't like it. I don't like the secondary console most of the time. Holy sorry, Dad. It was so close. It's good to highlight the cancel when you made some changes, because that way you know that you have made some changes. So that's why I have them in disabled as default, and then when you have some changes, it will have this that just light up, and that way you know. But it's really for sensitive informations, as in, basically, if you go back, if you close the page, if you close the modal and you are in sensitive information, it does a cancel by default. However, for these things that are like crucial to login, you need a save. You need a user action, a conscious user action to save things. And yeah, I'm trying to find a way to also potentially showcase what has been changed. But we have 3 things. I think it's fine. Just highlight these when needed. I am very conflicted on the thing, yes. Don't be sorry about it. I mean, I'm conflicted because I hate the cancel, and I need it, but I hate it. So, and don't be sorry. It's normal. It's a useful, useless thing. That's what I will say. It's a very useful but very useless button, but it's needed in this specific use case. For example, it's not needed for the profile picture, right? You upload a new picture, it's uploaded, it's fine, it's saved. However, for these settings, it's better to have a button. Shit happens. So, right, that happens, and then crop image, potentially that thing without these, but I don't really know what you have. I mean, I wouldn't even have a crop. I mean, I wouldn't even have that model, to be honest. However, I would have these. Right. A good reason is that here, if you're not dumb, which usually is not the case, but if you explain that you as the website need a 160 pixel by 160 pixel, I know, but what's the use case? Your profile picture will never be displayed at more than that. So what's the use case? I mean, I can upload a 2000 by 2000. There is no issue with that. It's useless. It's useless. It takes space, and I mean, you can allow it, but it will be. And even if I go to user, right? Even if I go to, they are not that much bigger. Like that thing right here is only 215 in height. So if you wanted to, right? Okay. If we say it's 215, 215 is a 220 as a base, that's easier. It's a 440 max if we want a double size. So let's say you say upload an image at 420 by 420 as best results, and that's it. Which is not true, but it's just for the memes, right? It's not even at least, because you could have a 42 by 42 image. It will just render it as bad as it can, but I mean, it would. So and the thing is just a hint, like a 420 by 420 image for best results. That's it. That doesn't mean you need absolutely a 420 by 420 by 420. Just best result 420 by 420. And the user can follow or not follow if they want a 2000 by 2000. It's good. I can't even. Oh, I can't even click on my fucking thing. The URL is what, 400 by 400? Yeah. I know you can change the size, but it's useless for the user to upload something that won't be displayed anyways. So, uploading a 2000 by 2000, you may think that it will display a higher quality image, but it's not the case. So if you give them like the size, which basically subconsciously say, upload a square fucking image, please. That's it. You don't need more than that. Like for me, it's like you can have this here. You could potentially place it in here if you wanted to, like upload your thing. And let's fill container. Let's fill container on this one, and let's fill container as well. Right. I don't know. Yes, that's why I'm at 420. So 420 is basically double the biggest size that you have today. So the biggest size that you have today is 215. So I use that at 220 as a base. It's basically double. And the crop system is not useful. If someone uploads something that is not a square, you just you square it out, and it just take the center. That's why I'm like really drawn to the Netflix option of giving the user options. like a list of things from their profile picture, rather than letting the user do something. That way you like, why do you want the 1,000 image? You can use emojis, you can use a gallery of memojis, you can use a gallery of faces from humans, you can use a set of shit from here in the illustration section where you're at here. I'm sure there is like things that we could use from there. 100 people avatar, whatever, if you want this. There is a secondary one if you, right? I mean, I don't think so. Letting the user use their own is, I mean, letting the user upload images is always prone to issues. I've been client facing for a long time, and user and images is, specifically profile picture, is just the most annoying thing. But you could have like a set of presetted, like a list of 20 options from whatever, maybe these or these, whatever, right, whichever, and an option to upload your own as a last resort, and that will help. That will be enough. Like, you don't need more. But anyways, that's just a detail. That's just a detail. So if your image, it's basically 220 as their base or max, I would display it as its max size right here at 220 in display, and that's it. And that's it, right? Just that. And you just auto crop to the center, to, you feel the thing, rather than having this will just make you, nah. I think that's too much for nothing. In the end, people don't give a shit. When you are on like a dating app, yes, you can have a crop potentially, but even then, no need. For people who want like a very specific what do you mean? Yeah, no, but even then, you can just disable the fucking crop thingy, right? I don't know. I don't see the use case. Like, I'm trying to find a place. It's not cheaping out on functionality. It's just there's no fucking use case for that. I think it's in channel branding thing, right? They have these, right, that allows you to zoom in, zoom out if you wanted to. But really, Like, I will never do that. I don't, it's just so weird. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It's useless. It's not cheaping out on features, it's just not adding a thing that doesn't help anyone. Specifically on your app. It's like, this amount of user on one server that is supposed to be yours is unlikely. That's the first thing. In a legal term, right? You're supposed to be inside of your house. So unless you have 12 people in your house, probably will never have this. Having the names already is enough. When you are looking at Netflix, the number of profile per houses is usually 3. You have you, your partner or children or whatever, and then your children or whatever, or the person who acts your account and is still there. But that's it. And like, the profile picture is helpful for visual differentiation, but in the end, it's the name that counts, right? When I'm looking at my Netflix thing, when I'm loading it, it has this, that, and add a new profile, and that's it. And I don't need, as a user, I don't need more than this. I can guarantee you that I don't want more. So, yeah, I don't know. The crop section, kind of useless. That's why I'm just like, drop the fucking image. It fits. That's it. And you're done as a user. I don't know. It feels better. It fits. It feels better. I don't know how I can explain it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would just have the I know. I just want the password thingy, which is basically this, but without the I feel like I have created one at some point, but right now it's not visible for some reason. Don't know why. Hearing me like complain, yeah, I get it. I get it. Oh yeah, no, I know, but it's a waste of your time to add something that is useless. Yeah. Right. Damn it. um. So the show and hide, I don't think you want that specifically here, because let's say you I mean, it's not exactly a thing, but let's say you logged into another computer and you forgot to log out, and then someone wants to check your password. If you have the eye right here, it will give you the option. However, the eye to visually see what you're typing here, yes, that makes sense. That is absolutely yes. So these three things need the hint icon, and the hint icon needs to be the eye and not the hint. And yeah, on top of that, yes. And here, for example, the cancel is useless. Like, you just need to confirm. You just need to confirm that your password is new, and that is the cancel. So yeah, and you just need this in dark mode. I don't know if I can create the dark mode version of this easily. Right here, I just need the right grays. Yeah, good. The screensaver is useless, but it's a quality of life type of addition. You can change the input field to a button. What do you mean? Oh, you mean here? No. Can it know the length, or can you have a fake length? Because it's useless to I mean, it's not useless. It's just weird to get the it's weird to get a button followed by two buttons, right? Like, if I have like password, change my password here, and then cancel and save. I don't know. It feels weird. Because otherwise I need to have like sections as profile picture, profile, security, and password. And if that's the case, then it's just a 3 columns option, which is it's an option, right? We can do the same thing that we did here with a 3 column version, but it's just weird, specifically because when you will resize them, it will just not exactly aligned properly. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I think that's better to have this here. Just if you click on the edit, then it will just open the model. Basically, the entirety of that thing is a button, but it's just to incite the people that they can change it. Getting the crayon, the pen. Sorry. I think that's better. I think that's better. So Yeah. Indeed, le French. Very French of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You already have 2,400 points. Damn. You used all your points today. Appreciate it. You know what? I need to. Yes. Right. This. I just want to get the secondary icon so that you see how it looks if you click on the thing, right? I mean, you don't give a shit because you already have the not the same icons, but it's there. It is there. So for anyone who is new and who doesn't know, I am French, and so from time to time we take the French accent with that redeem. It's a bit weird. I hate it a lot, but that's people like it. I don't understand. I don't understand what people like the French accent. It is so weird, very much weird. These are very good details. Yes. I mean, we should also have the activate. I mean, not activated, but the over effect. But right now, I am indeed really lazy, so not happening. Change your password, current password, new password, confirm password. That seems good. Right. And that's a regular model, so it's just center on the screen, whatever. It will work, I think. The upload file or upload thing, I think just triggers same thing as the Twitch option, right, that we saw just earlier. If you click on it, just triggers that things immediately. I think that's easier. Triggers the native file upload of the browser rather than having like a secondary model in the middle. I think that's useless. Yeah, I think that's it. Just make it dark mode, whatever. If you want to. You know what? Let me make it. Let me do that. So it's Iron 900. Can I do that? I can do that. So this, because we used that. Iron 800. Right. Fine. That was easy. You want it to be blue? No, not happening. I could just revert it, right? Just use a 600. Fair point. Fair point. It's going good. We have most of the things. It was painful at some point, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let me check. You said 367. It's a bit lighter. It's a bit lighter. I think the X of my hair is in real life, not on camera, is probably here. So it's a 17A, I guess. Yeah. More likely. You need more shades of grey. Man, we are using like the 100, the 300, the 400, the 600, no, the 800 and the 900. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm thinking like this could easily be that, and this one can easily be white. The content here can easily be white as well, to avoid shades, because, right, limiting is better, personally, I think. So oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I think that, I mean, that's so simple as a page per se. I think it's enough. I think it's enough work overall. Did I make a mistake? I did. My bad. It should be 600 if we want it to be visible. But that means I'm not sure about the readability here. It's okay. It's fine. It goes through. It goes through. We could also use the, rather than using a 600 here, we could use the white at a certain amount of opacity, like 10% opacity, which will just be on top of content, right there, right? If you do that, that will always be visible and good, but I don't know. It's an option. It's always an option. It's just, it might just be easier to get like a solid color for you. Whatever. I don't give a shit right there. That's call on you. It depends. Whichever the fuck you want. The fuck is that music? No, like no Christmas theme music in here. That's not something that happened. If you want it blue, yes, make it blue. I mean, if that makes sense to you. It makes no sense to me, but fine. Fine. Yeah, I think that works. What other page do you need? Or did you need? Or would you need? Or will you need? In the settings section. Oh, I feel so weird. I drank too much, I guess. It's a past thing now. Damn. Oh, that's true. It's the Lunar New Year. I forgot about that. If you are celebrating the Lunar New Year, happy Lunar New Year. It is now. It is happening from yesterday to today. User edit. What's that? This section? Like the inside of this section? which is basically this. But yeah, I don't have access to it, I think. Interesting. I don't have access to it on the prod version. Yeah. All right. I think that will give me a 4-4. Yep. It's an empty page. Ah, bitch. Okay. Ah, yeah, that's the thing. But you have this last one that pops, right? I remember that. I remember that. But that's the only one, right? I think, I mean, to be honest, I think you have all the thing that you need in here, if I remember correctly. No, you don't. You're missing the checkbox option in these things because I didn't create one. But let's say I have, like in the server task runner, whatever thingy, we have like a checkbox, right? So you had a checkbox, and that checkbox has text, and it supports subtext, and it's in medium sizes, and then these two things are supposed to go with reversed colors. So this one is going here, and this one is going here, right? That's it. That's your checkbox, and you have everything you need. Dev has user edit? Really? Oh yeah. Well, it's fine. That works. That's enough. It's just like a font issue here with the readability of that. As you can see on stream, it's absolutely not readable. So it's not readable for me. And yeah, it's not a slider, that's a toggle. That's called a toggle. That works. That works. The only thing that I would tell you to do is to make it one column on the 3, or 2 columns, like half the page, whatever. I would say divide this by 3 and put the things here. That's it. Some fonts issues, but spacing is important. Make sure that you have if you're using the switch, make sure that you're in the toggle, make sure that you're putting the toggle in front of the text and not underneath, because right here I do not know if that is for allowing or that is for media, or right, it's too close together. So having it on the same line helps the user to know what they are implementing or activating. And then it's just the font issues. So right, it's a bit easier for readability, and then the font that you use is just weird in terms of what is used. As in, this is a bold ass thing, and this is a very light version. It's usually the opposite, and I think this text should be in regular. And the title should be a title. But yeah, I mean, get a title like these for your section title. And then if you want checkbox, you have the checkbox here. If you want toggles, you have the toggles here. Everything works. You have everything. That's a good scam. You decide to scam yourself. Damn it. Appreciate the scam though. Appreciate the scam. You lost 1,000 points. Okay. What else, Stony? What else? Oh, maybe I go to sleep. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Eh? Oh. Alright. Did oh that's new. Okay, sorry, I just saw something that is really interesting. Give me a second. What the fuck is the... No, not the dashboard, the preferences. Here, so you have a theme thingy. Oh, is that the override of colors that you just did, and that you themed it with that color? Okay, that's what you did. Okay, I was about to say there is an issue on that. Fine, my bad. Just to mess with me. It's cool. It's working. It's working. Oh, if I do a manual thing, it's just overriding your stuff. Interesting. Good to know. That was about here, right? It's a more accurate thing. Anywho, it works. That's fine. What's in home? Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I guess we're done. I guess I can sleep now. Damn. Oh, hurt myself. It's fun to see the differences in between the two pages. I mean, the two things. Let me disable the dev mode so that we have the same section, top and bottom. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't think it's time to binge watch TV series. It is about to be 10 p.m. Yes, and I usually go to sleep at 10. Because I wake up so early. Like this morning, I woke up at 6. So that's it's a long time awake. And work and all that shit. Right, sorry, I was switching between themes, but you couldn't see shit because I was on the other page or scene. Right, these two, it's fun for me to see like the differences between these two, dev, non-dev, like first redesign, second redesign. I think it's better. I think it's better, right? I think it's better. I'm listening. You don't want to redesign the entire thing again? You sure? I have IDs. No, I don't have IDs. I think it's good. I think it's good. It has some mistakes in terms of spacings where I'm unsure about what we should do yet. So there might be like some, as we said last time, right? The for example, the spacing in between the cards and the spacing in here. What makes me doubt is the hover state, basically pushing the content to the top and like disrupting that alignment is bothering me so much. But when I'm here, like these two are very, very close, so I don't exactly know if we like because I changed the color to match. I did a manual thing. Damn, I tricked you, right? You messed with me, I messed with you. Anywho. Yeah, I like the new a bit better. I like the new version a bit better. Good movie, good movie. Too much black space at the bottom. I think you should do. I think you should limit it 3 lines of text, and expand to the same amount of spacing, like padding at the bottom. So you have 56. Seems like it. 66. I was close. And make the same thing on the bottom. So it's an even overall thing. I think that would be better. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Details. Small things. We don't need to do that now. It's there are some things that I have for now that could change my hair color, but also like this, but it's kind of hard, right? You can have these, but they are not the best. They have a hard time figuring out where is my hair, specifically because it's blue. Yeah, anyways. We haven't used the new filters in a long time. Forget about that. So yeah, there is no, and sadly the filters might disappear on the 23rd. So I need to do a lot of shit before next week. There is a lot of things that needs to happen this weekend, and I don't know if I have the time to do everything. That's better. Yes, that is better indeed. A tad better. Let me refresh so that I have another one. I mean, I should have just changed page, but my bad. Yes, great. Great. That's much better. I could recommend you something, but I don't know if I can do that. So I guess the gradient is here, and so the gradient there could, it's a could, rather than being at 100%, could be at 80 or 60%. Sometimes that helps, but right, get a bit more transparency, but it doesn't seem to go through because it's a viable thing. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I think 80% of transparency instead of 100% could help a lot. But I think I need to see how it impacts the readability of things. Specifically the 2006, like the year being basically on top of the picture itself without really a gradient behind it is scaring me a bit. But right, you could make the entire gradient 60% or 80%. Sorry, that could work. And I think I need to beep. The secondary color. So currently you have the one at 0%, 0.0000% is the one that is here, and the 100.09, which is weird but fine, is the outline there. So you changed the wrong one. So the one that is at 100% is the one that needs to be changed to 60 or to 80. Fuck me. Maybe it's weird. Maybe it's reversed for some reason. Do not change the angles. The angles are just the most annoying thing to manage. I don't know why I can't change them on my side though. That's weird. Yeah, this one, but more like 80%. Even though this works. Is it a reverted thing of this is 0.8? I don't trust you. This is not 0.8. This is 0. But that's 100%. Yeah. This is 0.8? Nah. Messing with me. Oh, that's different. That's a placement thingy, which is weird. Oh no, you made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. I made a mistake. My bad. That's my fault. Something doesn't work. Some things makes no sense right here. I know I can expand it, but I don't give a shit right now. The thing that bothers me is that I can't change the values by hand. Thank you, Rosea. Appreciate it. That's 0.8. Yeah. I changed to 80% instead of 0.8. So maybe type /80% seems to have worked better than what you had before. Bitch, what the fuck? Sorry. I did yeah, I'm tired. I refreshed for no reason, and now it's broken. Yay. It feels so weird. I don't know why. There is something that just pisses me off with that representation. I mean, I have a feeling that the design that we had in the beginning was better, but I get it. You wanted to have something different. Because if you did this one, without like expanding, you could have like just a gradient, a very simple gradient thing. Anyway, that gradient thingy, can you put the gradient itself, the layer of the gradient itself at 60% opacity or at 80% opacity, or is that not an option? Like you put it back at 100%, but you put the layer itself at 80%. Fuck, I'm so used to say 60. Ah, shit. That was close. Sorry, the shit was not for you. That was for something else that I saw on the site. different thing. To put the image at 80% opacity, I guess. That feels like a 0. There is an issue with the percentage of opacity. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one is not. This one is very dark, so maybe. Yeah, that kind of works. I kind of wanted to have the visibility of the backdrop a bit more than what we had just before. I think that's better, a tad. Yeah, I think that's better overall. Just more backdrop. And this is not bright enough for some reason. I feel like it could be brighter if you look at what we had here, which, right, I had like a half gradient thingy with an ease. This is the full brightness, and this is like brightened. I think we could go with a full brightness type of thing here, but I don't know how to achieve that. But without changing it, I think that's a better overall thing because you have more backdrop. Feels like a better option at that instant. Let's load another one just to check that works. Kind of want a dark one to check. Yeah, that works as well. I think that's better. If it's too light, yes, you will lose readability. Like here you are very light already, I feel like. Don't go under 60% of opacity for that 100% section here. But that's why I did this section right there. Like keep it at 80%. 80% is the max thing or min thing that you can go through. Can you force the image to be white, like pure white, just for a second? Not the gradient, the backdrop thingy. Not this one. But at least you covered some boobs, so I appreciate that. So the reason for this, yes, perfect. The reason for this is to see if the readability is still achieved on that section and that section, and it seems to be okay. It's not the best, but it seems to be okay. It means that we could have something a bit brighter here, but it's kind of fine. We can still read these, and that's what we are looking for. So I guess we're good. I guess we're good. Right? Yeah, that's fine. You can go back, revert to image. And that thing here could be smoothed, but right. We had the same one. Fun. The text in the old example more. In this one? I don't know which one. Yeah. I mean, I'm limited, or I have limited the content here to like a smaller width to get like more space, but yeah, I mean, it was a choice. Yeah. One of the reasons why it didn't exactly work is because if you have like a title that is longer, you need to push this down or have it on multiple lines, and that's not exactly cool. So that version, having both sides, is easier to manage, but I don't like it. I really don't. And that version here was also an option to get the entirety of the poster visible, but it's just not as good or as easy to manage. So yeah, I mean, yes, please ask. If you have questions. Anytime you have a question, feel free to send me a message on Discord, on one of the channel, like the design help. If you have like a specific question, feel free to ask there, and I answer whenever I can. And then by DMs, well, it's not exactly. It depends who is asking me. Friend request things. Like I have received a lot of friend requests for some reason, and I don't really know who they are, so I'm not answering these unless you are in chat at the moment and you can explain yourself. But I don't like you don't need a friend request to send me a DM if you are part of my Discord. So I think that's the case. So yeah, if you have any question when I'm not live, feel free to go in there and ask a question in the design help, or on general if you're like beige, just spamming general for no reason, or on DMs. Yes, that's also an option. Oh yeah, but you sent many things already, so yeah, don't worry. Just send me things. All right. Yes, Danny. What is the question? I haven't seen your new PFP. I think. Who the fuck? Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's better than before. That's better than Andrew Tate's 100%. Just please don't go back to Andrew Tate's. Pretty photographic. I don't know if I would say photographic, but yeah. Harvey is fine. I mean, depends on the day, but Harvey is fine. Stoney, do you have things to do? Is it fine? Yeah, I like that. No, I mean, things to do, yes, but like new pages and all that. Even though that will be made in like, I can't help you on the back end. No, that's not an option. Not an option. Nope. I can't do. Okay, good. I don't want to go back to Coding Garden because, right, Coding Garden. I think I will send you to Podpod because it's a small week. And yeah, right? Seems like a good idea overall. unless she's about to end stream, but I don't know. I feel like she just started a session, so I will do that. I clicked the button already. Damn, I was fast today. So yeah, that's basically the end of the stream. So if you want to join the raid, that would be highly appreciated. You gain points. You can make me do pull-ups later if you wanted to. But if you are here and you enjoy the stream, please click the follow button. We would like to have the counter to go up. We are currently at 1,440, which is pretty cool. So I would love to go to 2,000 at some point. I don't know, right? That's a dream that I can have. Anyways, if you are a sub, which is not required but appreciated, this is the raid message for subs. If you are not a sub, this is the raid message for non-sub, which is basically the same with emojis. If you want to go join the Discord, that's the link that we shared earlier. If you have some whatever need for social medias following, please follow me on my socials. They are somewhere in there. Stream element just didn't want to have both at the same time. Fine. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy the raid. Pot is a co-working streamer. She's currently in a session, so she will probably not speak. But yeah, I'll see you soon. Enjoy. I see you on Monday. Bye.